Welcome to Night Sky Notebook. My name is Peter Detterline, and this is what's happening in November 2024 when you look up. Let's begin with some moon phases. New moon is on November 1st. First quarter on the 9th. Full moon mid-month on the 15th. And third quarter on the 22nd. On November 3rd, we switch back to get rid of our daylight savings time. We're going back to standard time. So we're going to move the clocks back an hour at 2 a.m. on November 3rd. November 4th, we start with Venus and the Moon. Look over in the southwestern sky just after sunset. It is always a beautiful sight. You're looking at the two brightest objects in the nighttime sky. Use binoculars. It'll help to make it even more enjoyable for you, and you might even catch the phase of Venus. On November 10th, the moon is going to catch up with Saturn. Saturn is still quite beautiful, and they are pretty close together in the sky. Actually, they're about a full moon apart, about a half a degree. Saturn, of course, still has its rings edge on, or almost edge on at this point. Beautiful to see if you have a telescope. On the 15th, the moon enters into Taurus the Bull. Beginning with the Pleiades on the 15th at 7:15 p.m., this is your sky over in the east. We notice Orion rising. You have Jupiter in Taurus. You've got the full moon next to the Pleiades. The Pleiades are a gorgeous star cluster, but if you want to see them, you really are going to need to have binoculars. We're talking about a full moon sitting right next to it. As the evening progresses and we get into November 16th, the moon is going to shift over a bit and start to go through the Pleiades, which is really kind of neat if you've got nothing to do at 3 o'clock in the morning on the 16th. The evening of the 16th, then over into the 17th, the moon is going to leapfrog over Jupiter. It's kind of a neat arrangement. You have the moon, Jupiter, and Aldebaran making a beautiful triangle on the 16th, Aldebaran being the bright star in Taurus. On the 17th, the moon, Jupiter, and Aldebaran are in a straight line. The Leonid meteor shower. So we've got two meteor showers happening. The Taurids in early month, that's when they peak. Not many even then, but they're very, very slow. And they'll still be around for the Leonids by November 17th, 18th. Now we're looking at around 11 p.m. till dawn. We are looking also just 2 days past full moon. So the moon is catching up to Jupiter. That's where it'll be as you're looking on the 16th, but it's heading its way over towards Leo. So you want to keep your back to the moon if you want to have a chance to see this, but it is spectacular to watch. A really slow, bright meteor, then a really fast one coming off from Leo. That is really a treat. Brave the cold. Make sure you've got some really warm clothing, sleeping bag, chaise lounge, keep off the ground. November 20, the moon catches up with Mars and the Beehive cluster in Cancer. Last month, Mars and the moon were in Gemini, and we got to see them with the twins. Now we get them with the Beehive. Use binoculars to check out the Beehive cluster. It is really a very beautiful cluster, a very old one. In November 27th, one of my favorite types of things to look at, a lunar occultation. You're going to watch the bright star Spica disappear behind a very thin crescent moon at 5:34 a.m. Now, since it happens so early in the morning, that means you're not going to be able to see it reappear off the other side. But that's okay. It will be neat enough just to watch it disappear. Check that out use binoculars. And that's what's happening for November. If you'd like more information, check out my blog, Night Sky Notebook at blogspot.com. And until next time, keep looking up.